what I try to follow today. So I remember when I first was finally ready to surrender, when I knew I couldn't do it alone anymore, I just couldn't wait to find somewhere, someplace where I was accepted, where I could learn from people, figure out how to stay clean, And I went to an inpatient rehab, spent a few days in detox, don't remember exactly how long, and I went to Cove Forge near Altoona. And I remember I was just leaving detox. I'm getting ready to go to the main part of the rehab. And any of you that have been there, it's kind of a main building, like a lodge, and it's on the men's section. I remember walking there my first day, so I'm leaving detox and going there. I'm excited because I finally get this opportunity to, get clean. This is my first go at it. I've tried, I should say. I was never successful. Couldn't get a day. I spent a few days in detox with some help, and I was able to stay clean. But I was finally going to get my chance to reach a goal or have a dream come true of just not being able to use. I just wanted to have some days clean without the use of anything. And I was so excited. And I'm with my group. We're all leaving detox together, and we're going into the main lodge. And consciously I was happy, but subconsciously I must be really happy because I had a smile on my face, and I walk in that lodge, and probably the first thing I hear, some guy says, who's that guy I think he is with a smile on his face? I was just that excited. No clue, and I had to stop and think about it, and then I realized it was me, And if I was in a different situation, I could have shut myself down there. I could have shut everyone out. No desire to meet anyone. No desire to keep going. But that just wasn't my mindset that day. But it could have been, and things could have been a lot different. I knew a lot of people that called home and got picked up and got rides home. Fortunately, I pushed myself, got through it, and I'm grateful to God that I had that. I was able to push through and persevere, because I kind of was able to laugh it off, but I was just that excited to get clean. I was so miserable. I was in so much pain. Had nothing to lose. I had nothing, going for me back home. No one trusted me. I couldn't hold down a job. I was finally going somewhere that I knew would get me where I needed, I had some good experiences there too, and I learned a lot. And one of the things I learned was going to 90 meetings in 90 days, getting a home group, getting a sponsor. We read some literature there, looked a little bit at step one and that kind of stuff, and talked about how to prepare ourselves when we get out of rehab. And, I did. So when I got out of rehab, I started going to meetings. I remember my first meeting was a Thursday night in Greensburg. I remember the first few phone numbers I got. I remember all those people that reached out and hugged me and helped me. And I hear a lot of people when I talk to them remember that stuff. They talk about their first meeting or the first guy they met, ends up becoming their sponsor or just becomes their weed. I was fortunate enough that I was able to build that weed in probably my first couple of weeks. And within the first few months, meet a sponsor. Which I would find out in early recovery how important that was. The people that were reaching out to me, that were giving me phone numbers, I was talking with someone earlier, I was scared to death to make the calls, and I wasn't always great at it, but, when I did, I was always grateful. And those people were always willing to call me back or to answer or to pick me up or, because I was still white-knuckling it. I was still trying to get days clean. I was no longer in a facility where I was trapped. I was back on the streets again, and I was scared. I felt inferior. I felt, I'm going to lose. I'm going to go back. So used to failing. I thought I was just going to fail again. And I think back to all those people and that helped me, reached out. I needed that. I had another incident where I did an NA softball event, and I love baseball, I love all sports, but I love playing ball. So when I saw they were having a softball event, I said, I'm going to sign up for this. And And I suffer from migraine headaches. And I remember going to this softball event, and I was so excited. Well, when I get migraines, I get tunnel vision, I get real sick, real bad headaches, and so I felt this migraine coming on. And anyone that suffers from migraines knows that if you don't take medicine right away, migraine medicine, there's nothing you can do. You're down for the day. And I remember I wanted to play so bad, so I would play a game, and then in between games, I'd have to lay in a dark room with something over my eyes. And then, that's how the day basically went. I was sick as a dog. And I remember going to a meeting the next night, and people were, coming up to me saying, so-and-so said you were dope sick, and so-and-so said this, and so-and-so said that. And I was so angry, and it was more pride than anything. And I just felt like, I'm going to show them. Fortunately, though, I had enough outlets, I had enough people I could talk to. But it's things like that could have scared me away if I didn't have the right people, the right network, the phone numbers, the sponsorship, the meetings, the literature. All that stuff kept me connected, and needless to say, the person that said all that's no longer in the rooms. If they would come back, I'd reach out and help them today, because that's what it's about. I don't hold a resentment for it. I just remember how it was so that I don't make the same mistakes, My home group is Friday night, New Way to Live group in New Stanton. One of the important things in our group, and we talk about it all the time at the group conscience, is helping the newcomer, If I see someone new, whether or not they're a newcomer, they might just be new to the area, give them a hug, say hi, let them know where the coffee's at. We only keep what we have by giving it away. The literature doesn't lie. Everything I look at has been true so far, I continue to trust the literature. I'm grateful for those people that were able to reach out to me and to keep me connected, bring me to events like this, The literature says, we're usually scared. We feel like everyone's staring at us. It's so easy for people like me, for me myself, to be scared away. I remember that pit in my stomach, that knot in my stomach from my first meeting. I'm trying to picture in my head, before I get there, is everyone going to be staring at me? Are people going to talk to me? Are people going to be like me? Am I going to be different? All I was trying to do was get help, and I'm on my way to the meeting trying to talk myself out of, maybe I'll just drive by the front door. Maybe I'll see how many cars are there. If there's too many cars, maybe I'll try it tomorrow. It could have been so easy for me and for things to be so much different than they actually turned out. I'm grateful that, the rehab was able to do what they did for me. But it was when I was in the streets, when I went to my first meeting, my first week there. I remember, some people with some clean time. They took me out boating. They bought me food. They were kind. They were friendly faces. They were people I could call. They were people I learned to trust right away, And now that I'm getting more time under my belt and been in the program, doing the right things, it's now my responsibility to carry the message, to be that person that can help the newcomer, whether it's just at a meeting, whether it's after the meeting, whatever I can do, a ride, hooking them up with other phone numbers, bring them into a we, it's things like that saved my life, and I'm grateful for that. So that's all I got. Thank you.